Let's talk about what happens when big emotions take over. We have all seen it. In fact, we have all been there. It happens when our emotions, any emotion, are so strong or intense or distressing that we can't seem to think straight or act sensibly. It is like our emotions have hijacked our rational, thoughtful self. When we take a look at what is going on in our brain, well, this is pretty much what has happened. Our brain is responsible for everything that goes on in our body. It controls our heart rate, breathing, sight, movement, sleep, and all other kinds of stuff that we aren't even aware of. It is also responsible for how our thoughts are produced, our emotions, our memories, our ability to pay attention, our ability to love another person. It is truly the most amazing organ in our body. Our brain is also responsible for our survival. All systems in our brain are wired for one primary purpose: to keep us alive. Our brain takes this role very seriously. This means that whenever we feel threatened or totally overwhelmed, our brain kicks us right into survival mode. It bypasses our thinking center and goes directly to our reacting centers, what we often refer to as our flight or fight reactions. There is a small part of our brain that plays a very big role in these reactions: the amygdala. It's this tiny part here. It is responsible for keeping an eye on the world around us, always on the alert for possible danger or distress. It is like a junkyard dog. When all is calm and peaceful, it lies contentedly by the gate. But when something happens to stress us, it activates us, warning us that something is happening. When the amygdala activates, it sends out signals that flood our brain with activity and send a cascade of stress hormones through our body. We might feel our face turn red, our heart rate go up, our breathing become rapid and shallow. Sometimes we shout or cry or pound our fists. We might want to run away or refuse to talk. We all have different ways of reacting when our big emotions have taken over. But a couple of things are very common in these moments. Our body is distressed and we are not thinking with our full ability. What about when it is our children who are reacting this way? We may have said no to something they want to have, or we may have asked them to turn off their video game and get ready for bed. Whatever the reason, suddenly they are reacting like this. Their emotions have overwhelmed them, and they may be crying or yelling or even stamping their feet. We tend to think of these moments as tantrums or defiance or freaking out. Sometimes it is a tantrum, but when it seems like it is a complete meltdown, it is because their amygdala has overwhelmed their brain and their body. What can we do in these moments? Typically, we want to set firm limits, say that this behavior will not be tolerated, increase our demand for compliance or cooperation, threaten punishment, or even yell. Often, we become overwhelmed as well, hijacked by our own amygdala, and we respond emotionally. We all know from past experience this is not going to work, even as we are acting in this way. We both just get more and more upset. So, what does work? The same research that has helped us understand how the brain gets hijacked helps us understand how we, as parents, can help both our child and ourselves. It is about connection. Just as our brain is wired for survival, we are also wired for connection. When we feel close to someone, feel heard and understood, experience loving affection, our brain activates another round of activity and hormones. But these are about soothing and calming our emotions. Connection helps us decrease the intensity of our emotional reactions. It's like petting that junkyard dog, helping him settle back onto his mat. When our emotions are soothed, it opens the pathways to the thinking parts of our brain. Now we can problem solve, understand another person's point of view, plan, and cooperate. In fact, what we also know is that connection helps to motivate positive behavior. Connected children, indeed connected adults, are motivated to please those they love and feel connected to. So, this all means that when our children are overwhelmed with emotion, freaking out, or even tantruming, they need us to come close, to connect, to understand and empathize that this moment is difficult, to offer hope and reassurance that they will get through it, and to provide support in doing so. There are many strategies you can use during these moments. Start by taking slow, deep breaths. Perhaps sit close to your child. Talk in a soothing voice. Be patient and gentle. Offer a hug. You will be amazed at the difference it makes. All of these strategies and many more can be found in the articles and stories on our Parenting Now website. Explore parentingnow.ca for more information and to connect with other parents.